Welcome to the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, your home for all things football at Waldorf University, the best small college football experience in America. Hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson, from the secret gridiron bunker beneath Volsdorf Field. Now, let's meet the captains of today's podcast.
All right, welcome to the 17th edition or episode or whatever you folks that listen to podcasts call it of the Waldorf Gridiron podcast. We got a couple stars on the show tonight, Troy, and goosebumps. And can you say goosebumps?
Well, yeah, of course I can say.
Oh, see, I know.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Hey, good job.
Yeah.
All right, coming brand new to Waldorf University. Ceoni Molisi, they call him Jon-Jon. Now I gotta ask, Jon-Jon, what's that about?
That's just a nickname I've been having.
Like for how long? Is that like since you got here, or
No,
like
since
college?
Since I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a family name?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna get into family a little bit, but you know, so and you're gonna have to tell me when I say this. Ceoni?
Yeah.
Ceoni.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You got it. He's going to get it
Potato,
right away.
potato.
Right on.
Uh-huh.
All right. So when I was doing some research.
Molisi.
Molisi.
How do you spell that?
Molisi.
Yeah. Molisi. That's not how
Molisi.
you texted it to me at all.
I didn't? What did I write?
There was a K involved, and
Oh, really?
yeah, so it's all good.
Molokai?
Yeah, like Mehakalikimaka or something. Like
Oh, yeah.
you know. All right. So way to go.
Absolutely. Well, we'll talk about the Pacific Islands here at some point, I'm sure.
Good.
Heritage. And then we also have a guy that some of you may have heard of, number one on the roster, the quarterback, Jordan Cooper. He's a second-year dude. He hails out of New Caney, Texas. We have him here. Welcome, Jordan.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thank y'all for having us.
No, it's
You're
going to
welcome.
be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
So one of the things our podcast listeners are going to have to do, they're going to have to go back and listen to the episode with Coach Paramore and Coach Chapa, because Jon-Jon was kind of just faintly mentioned. He talked
Referenced.
He said, "Hey, we got this kid that I'm trying to recruit from Snow College out of Utah, running back." So
you would have gotten like the image not available. If we had a video version of this, which we don't for good reason.
We're not too much to look at.
If we would put your picture, it would just be image not available because we were talking about you without mentioning any specifics.
This is true.
Yeah.
So Jon-Jon, you've been in Forest City a grand total. Like equipment day was the day you got here, right?
Yeah.
Like that morning.
Yeah.
You flew in. Somebody came and got you from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you've been in Forest City, Iowa, for
Couple weeks.
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week to the day that we're recording this. So have you been able to find your way around Forest City?
I mean, it's pretty difficult.
Not a whole lot, but I ask around. Yeah.
So obviously right now everything's football.
Yes.
Are you able to get out and do anything else? You've been making it down to the Hy-Vee or making it to the Dollar General, the Small Mart?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there. I went there the day after I got here. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the local amenities.
They got
Pretty
stuff
good
like
there.
that out in Utah?
Do they have Dollar General in Utah?
I don't
think
know.
that's where it's headquartered.
Okay.
Is it
I
really?
don't know.
I have no idea.
I think I can't back
No,
anything
no,
up
no,
that I
learn
say.
something else.
No, you don't take me serious. There's no way.
Never going to happen.
No.
So Jon-Jon he hails from Salt Lake City. He went to East High School. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The Leopards there. Now, perennial powerhouse in the state of Utah. They were state champs your sophomore and junior year, and you guys were runner up your senior year. Is that correct? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So he comes from a program, and you guys lost to Bingham, which seems to be a rival of yours, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that kind of like all city stuff? I mean, you guys don't really play outside of Salt Lake, or how far do you travel when you were in high school?
Yeah, it's just everyone in the city. They're like 30 minutes from us.
Oh, so that's
But
not
we
bad.
just play everyone just around our.
Yeah.
In Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Were the Bingham? Were they the Cherries? That'd be a great name for them. Are they the Bingham Cherries? That'd be awesome.
That would.
Mine
It's
is
not
mine.
Bingham, is it? It's just
It's
Bing.
Bing. Yeah. But Bing.
Still, though, Cherries would be a Pretty sweet name for a mascot.
So not too far away from Forest City, Iowa, there is a town in Minnesota. If you ever have to go there, other than just travel through, there's a town called Blooming Prairie.
Oh, what
do you
called?
suppose the Blooming Prairie's nickname would be?
Bloom.
Close.
Is it the petals?
The Blossoms.
The blossoms. Oh, they are the blossoms.
No,
yeah,
really.
they are the blossoms.
Can
aren't
you
they?
imagine a flower on the side of your helmet?
Yep.
Like, oh, man.
There's some deadly flowers out
There
there.
you go.
Well, there is.
Deadly
take what you get.
flowers.
So in high school, Jon-Jon, I don't know, he only ran for 3,487 yards in high school.
That's a lot of yards.
Yeah, his senior year alone, 1,790 with 18.
Did they have anybody else to run the ball?
Wow. Yeah.
I know that.
So Jon-Jon's not the tallest guy in the world, and we talked about this. I can't even remember. It might have even been last night when we were talking. But I'll tell you what, it's kind of one of those things he's got. He's strong and he's got that explosive speed. So you get these apes up front, offense and defense. You give him one little seam, and I watched a lot of your tape, and it's just like boom. By the time you get to that second and third level, those guys are going, "Oh, here's somebody."
There you go. That's the way to be.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
So what's your favorite part about being a running back?
Just running between the tackles. I think a lot of guys like my height, they like, they like the perimeters of like running the ball, but I think I like pounding it up the middle all the time. That's something about it.
So give the hit, don't take the hit.
Yes, sir.
All right.
There you go.
That's good stuff.
Well, how does that feel? Like, Jordan, as a quarterback, that's a good feeling to be say, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and give this to you.
Oh, it feels so good. It's like, you know what? I'm going to save my legs because we have somebody who's a lot better at running the ball than I am. So let's let him have the ball and take care of some of the tough yards for us.
Nah,
That's
Jordan,
fun.
Jordan get down too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got
Yeah.
he's got moves. He's like X-Lax.
You got to see that. It's nice to establish a run game, and then all of a sudden it's fun to start throwing it out there and airing it out. And when you have the right people in the right places,
Hey,
amazing
Jon-Jon
things happen.
has hands too for a running back.
Oh,
Go
you
out
can
into the
catch the
slot.
ball too, huh?
That's the fun part with him. He can be in the backfield or he can be in the slot.
Oh, boy.
So you never know.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
We talked in a recent episode of how if I was the quarterback, I would just always run a screen because that's just right in front of me and it's about 5 yards. There you go. I can hit that.
You know what's funny actually is that's all we've been doing in 7-on-7 because our defense basically plays prevent because we have a bunch of good receivers now.
Yeah.
And we attack deep. We
Awesome.
throw
Oh, that's going to make
go
for some
routes
highlights.
every
huh?
other play. And now we just throw screens to Jon-Jon. And
Awesome.
He gets 15 yards on every single screen. So
I mean, that's pretty good too. It's gonna be
Right too.
easy to rack up some. We'll see how it's like. We play. We got a scrimmage coming. Well, see how it looks in
Yeah.
the scrimmage.
Yeah.
And so you say you like to run between the tackles, and that's freaking amazing. But do you like that? Do you like to get that ball out in space sometimes? And I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's new to me. I just been playing running back like since I've been playing football. But when they put me, I just barely started playing in the slot, and it's cool. I like it.
yeah, something new.
Open space, open field is nice.
So after high school, when you played at East, you went to Snow College, which is a JUCO out in Utah. Another powerhouse program.
Yeah.
What was it? Last year, you guys were in the national semi. Yeah, you were in the national semifinals and ended up losing to Iowa Western, which is we're familiar with around here.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Reavers are a huge program, but you guys have had a lot of success out at Snow as well. I mean, that's quite a program. And so the type of football that they played out there, how from what you've seen in just a short amount of time here, what do you see as some of the major differences in this NAI program here at Waldorf University and then out at Snow College?
It's similar. I just think we all just playing football. It's all the same intensity, and I think just getting that bond right. I feel like it's the same with Snow. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, good place. I mean, you love Snow.
Yeah. It look just like
Oh yeah.
like over here.
Oh well, that's good.
Where was Snow at? I guess I didn't look that up.
It was Ephraim, Utah.
Okay, and how big of a community was that?
It's really like the same size as
Like about 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And they were the Badgers,
Okay.
the Snow Badgers.
Oh,
Kind of like
How does that sound? How does that
That
sound?
does sound pretty cool.
that
I like
sounds
Snow
pretty cool.
Badger. Yeah, that's pretty.
Exactly. So what
Yeah.
are you? I'm a Snow Badger.
Snow Badger. But, oh,
What are you going to do?
that sounds like a honey badger in the winter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they're tough.
So, but you're from Salt Lake, and I heard that is Salt Lake like the water level's going down. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening there? Is
I
that
don't
your
know
fault?
What's going on over there?
What's going? That's
They're telling everybody no fireworks, but July 4th,
yeah.
our little Pioneer Day, everyone's blowing fireworks. Man.
They-
I guess they don't care. I don't know what's
Right.
going on
They
over there.
can't- They just said, "Listen, we're doing
We
the
can
fire.
celebrate.
That's happening." What's Pioneer Day? Is that different than the 4th? That's something separate
Yeah, that's
from.
like the 24th. I think it's like a state thing.
Oh, for Utah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. You maybe did know this, but like, so Utah, obviously the home of the LDS, and they also were the only ones to declare war on the United States. Like they were threatening to go to war with America over boundary disputes, and so that's how you get Nevada, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, I never knew that.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, now you know. Yeah, they're pretty serious. So when it comes to fireworks and Pioneer Day, they're taking that seriously. They're like, listen, remember that time? And they thought they were going to tell us what to do. And we agreed to just let Nevada be where we put all the gamblers. And that's what happened.
Yeah, and we'll make Utah a dry state almost.
Almost. Except it's not, because I've been to microbreweries in Salt Lake City. Yeah. Maybe. What if I wasn't supposed to be there?
You have a warrant for your arrest out of the state of Utah.
Hey.
Exactly.
They found me.
When this episode gets
That's
over,
right.
John's going to get out a badge and go, could you turn around and come?
I'll
with me?"
come out of this bunker and Mitt Romney's going to put me in cuffs.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that.
All right. Well,
Well, you can go home
I
and
could
drop
be
some
wrong.
knowledge.
I think that's true, though. I think I remember that.
I could be wrong, but I think that's true.
I think it's true. That's
Well,
pretty
that's
much sums
kinda-
up most of my academic papers.
exactly. I want this to be true. If it means
So
an
I'm
A.
like, based on what I read, this is how I interpret it. Seems correct.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to shift and go over here to Jordan Cooper. Again, I said earlier he's from New Caney, Texas. That's the Houston area. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you
All
played
right.
you played at New Caney High School. That was the Eagles, and you were number 10 back in the day.
Number 10. Yes, sir.
Number 10. So what was with the change? You didn't have a choice because you're number 1 here at
You
the
see,
Woo.
when I first came here in the fall, Trayvon,
Oh, yeah.
he had number 10.
Yeah, traded, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, what other numbers we have? And like, we have 1. And I was like, 1's nice.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
took 1.
Yeah.
And stuck with it. Now I'm just going to stick with it.
Well, there's it's an easy number for me to see from the box. I can
Yeah,
tell you that.
just a line.
Don't have to worry. Yeah. Figured it out. No worries.
Straight line.
Yeah.
Well, and he's
Could've
usually
been
the guy
easier.
behind.
Yeah. Also, I know exactly where you are most of the time. So
Right.
that's really
I don't
easy.
have to be on
Yeah.
one side of the
Take
field or
off.
the other. Yeah.
Unless you take off running.
Right.
Yeah.
And where did he go?
Hopefully
Well,
I don't
now
have to
we
do
got
that,
John
man.
John, where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he
Where
does-
did he go? Oh,
Did
there he
take
is,
off.
end zone again.
Did take off running a lot, and so there was a lot of times because you don't necessarily the PA guy doesn't necessarily say the quarterback's name a lot because but when you would skedaddle, like you would go, you get your yards, and then definitely
They usually
the
say,
quarterback
yeah.
keeper. It's
Cooper
always
keeper,
a keeper,
yeah.
whether it was intended to be a keeper or not. If you have it, it's a keeper.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Or organized run for his life.
Yeah,
There you go.
that happens
Yeah.
too.
That
for
happens.
sure.
Yeah.
It does
Sure.
from time to time.
You got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Got to be prepared.
So when you were in high school, your junior, and again, I didn't dig too deep, but your junior year, you were named District 21 5A MVP.
Yes, sir.
5A.
Yeah, it's
Pretty big,
Big
big
schools.
size.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then in 2017, you were named the Built Ford Tough Texas High School Football Player of the Week for the entire state of the Mecca that we know as for football as Texas.
Wow.
That's a big deal, man.
Yes, sir.
Built
Yeah.
Ford
We
Tough
played
even.
we played a school called Crosby, and they're actually really a powerhouse down in Texas. They had a couple runs to the state and won a couple titles back in the day, and they were on a 36 game home streak where they just haven't lost in years.
Wow.
And we came in and we blew them out the water 63-30.
Holy.
High scoring game.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
93
awesome.
points between the two teams.
Yes, sir.
lot.
It was awesome. It was a great feeling. It was great for the high school.
Yeah, you stomped them like a narc at a biker
Oh,
rally.
it felt so good.
my
It felt
God,
so
that's
good because we lost to them by 2 points the year before.
You've
And then we
been
come and
waiting
beat
on
them
that.
30. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
So your 2 seasons as starting QB at New Caney, you could only throw for 3,998 yards. You couldn't get 2 more yards.
Who are you guys together?
Really? I didn't even never combine them.
Yeah, 3,998 yards in 2 seasons with
That's
37
crazy.
touchdown passes.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I wish I could have done better.
Yeah. Well, we do too, but that's pretty good.
Yeah,
We'll accept it
Thank you.
for
not even-
now.
It's not even 4,000 yards.
I know, right? Put these two together, though, that they're
Oh my
pushing
God, exactly.
7,000.
Yeah, isn't that the distance to the moon?
Yeah. Is it? Nah, I feel like it's farther away than that.
Yeah, it could.
You'd have to Google that.
So then out of high school, you committed to the U.S. Naval Academy, the midshipman out there.
Yes, sir.
You ended up transferring to Langston University in Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
And you wore number 10 there as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you played 1 year there or 2?
1 year there.
You
Yes,
1
sir.
year
I
there.
got there in the spring and played that whole year. I was there in the spring, did spring ball with them, played there in the fall.
Yeah.
Then
Conference championship.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
all that good stuff.
So you were a Navy Annapolis guy.
yeah, yes, sir. I was gonna start a conversation with you
Yeah, yeah.
earlier because I was gonna see if you were a Navy. I was like,
No.
oh, okay. I went to the Naval
Yeah,
Academy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right, though. There's only 2 branches of the military. I know that the other guys think that there's more than that, but it's the Army and the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be, it's because I have a little, I can read. I know the Constitution says actually that Congress has the power to establish a Navy and to raise an Army. So to me, that says that the Navy's permanent
Yes, sir.
and the Army's temporal, which means it can be raised up and down. And yeah, that's awesome. So congratulations. But you didn't stick around, though. Wasn't the life
No,
for
sir.
you?
You see, with that school, it's just for me. I'm a football player. I'm from Texas. You
Yeah.
know, I grew up, and the first thing I grabbed was a football.
Yeah.
And going there, you have to understand that football is not going to be first anymore. It's protecting your country.
Absolutely.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And for me, that adjustment, I mean, I definitely could have made it.
Yep.
But it's just the fact I didn't want to. I wanted to play football.
Right.
Well, it's a different life. I mean, we've
for
had,
sure. It's not for the weak.
help people get into the academies for a variety of things, and yeah, it's a commitment.
Yes, sir, for sure. It's a
and you
brotherhood.
just want to, that I in fact, that's what I would tell people. Like, if you, this is a awesome education. It's
Yes, sir.
free. You'll have a job when you're done.
Guaranteed. Yes, sir.
You get some interesting clothes. Navy's got cool clothes. Got lots of clothes.
You get to be on a
but,
boat for half of the year.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, but then there's all that. It's like, wait a second. It's like, because if you have, like, Andy and I have an image of what college should be, and that involves John Belushi, Animal House, Revenge of the Nerds type experiences. And that is not what it is at any of the academies.
Not at all.
Maybe Merchant Marine. I don't know.
Right.
Let's assume that they're different. But yeah, you're not doing that in Colorado Springs or West Point or Annapolis.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
They're serious about it.
It's funny because I graduated 2018 and I had about 2 weeks of summer and I had to go off. So I went to the prep school actually, and that's in Rhode Island.
Okay, yep.
And we started boot camp at beginning of summer, June 1st.
Yeah.
So I only had,
Wildly
time.
different freshman experience.
Yeah, it's definitely not parties and doing what you want to do when you want to do it. It's time set in stone stuff. They tell you when to wake up. They tell you what you're gonna do.
And that
that's
first
a big
year
adjustment.
is just not the best year anyway. I mean,
Right,
like
'cause it's always an
probably
adjustment.
Yeah, it probably gets better. I don't know.
It
I didn't
does.
go to West Point or any of that stuff. I mean, come on. But yeah, you have to be a very. It's just not even. I don't think it's. Doesn't appeal to me. Like, I think college has its. There's a certain role that college plays.
Yes, sir.
And the academies, they're not playing that game.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
They're
If
on
you
a
want to
different
play
level.
that game and be in the military, you probably should do ROTC.
That's the perfect route to go
Yeah,
because you'll come
ROTC.
out. Yeah, you'll come out as an officer making 6 figures.
Yeah.
At 22 years old.
Yeah. Well,
You know, so-
maybe not as a low one yet. But
Yeah.
you'll get
Right.
there.
You'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
there.
Oh, you'll get
You'll be
there.
better than the enlisted
Yeah.
people.
Look, hey, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
have any
you're- I
problem.
mean-
retire out of the military. That's pretty good. You know?
Any of the academies, whether if it's the Naval Academy, they're going to make you a sailor that happens to play football. If it's Army at West Point, you're going to be a soldier that happens to play football.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So and
Yes.
football's, and as you guys know better than anybody, football's more of a time commitment just at the college level.
Yes, sir.
And now throw in the whole
Yeah.
expectation of being a soldier or a sailor.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But so now, when the time comes, then, so do you still root for Navy? Probably, don't you?
You see, whenever they go against West Point, of course, because I still have a couple friends who
Yeah,
are
you probably got a
still
t-shirt or two,
they're seniors now actually at the
Yeah.
Naval Academy. So
see.
of course, yes sir, I'll root for them.
The best one in recent years, the Army one. Remember that
yeah.
time when the Army changed its uniform to snow, and and it snowed like
It snowed
the
and
Dickens?
they blended in. I was actually
Army
at
just
that
like
game. Yeah.
disappeared.
Yes, sir.
It was, and they won.
It was epic. I was at that game.
You were there?
Yes sir.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, I'm
epic.
pretty
Yeah.
jealous. That's pretty good. Maybe not awesome for you.
Well, it was cold.
Yeah,
you
sure.
could not you was just sitting there just shivering. You know.
I mean, what if we get some games like that? It's possible.
Oh, it's
Especially
very
going
possible.
towards the Dakotas towards the
oh,
end
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Dickinson at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Did you see how much it snowed on when they went to Dickinson?
2 years ago, they had
my God.
they had to literally on the sidelines. There was snow piled up where there wasn't hardly any room for the players to stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Because again, it's Eastern Montana.
Yeah.
You know, they say North Dakota. but
Yeah.
no, that's Eastern Montana.
That's going to be awesome, though. It'll be a little different than, I don't know what it's like in Utah, except I've been to Salt Lake, but I feel like that was kind of like this.
Yeah, what was the weather like in Utah?
During football season?
Yeah, whenever.
Well, it was normal, and then I think like at the end of the football season, then it snows. I never played in a snow game before.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a shock for me.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, that's the games you see, like the NFL games,
Yes,
the
sir.
frozen
Oh,
tundra,
yeah.
you
Oh,
go
yeah.
play, Lambeau, et cetera.
The Ice Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what legends are made of.
Already.
But let's hope we have a very mild winter and we can all
Please.
enjoy 50-degree
please,
temperatures.
please.
That'd be
Please, Mother
perfect.
Nature.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sheesh.
So continuing on, Coop. After Langston, you went back home.
Yes, sir.
You joined the University of Houston Cougars for a bit,
Yes, sir.
and then
Cougars.
the Cougs.
Cougs.
Yeah.
Was it?
And so, was that your favorite team growing up too? The favorite college team?
You see, no, they were not. Actually, my favorite college team is the University of Oklahoma. So
Oh,
at
I didn't see that
the
coming.
time, whenever I was transferring out of Langston, my cousin Grant Stewart was still at the University of Houston. So that was a big reason why I wanted to go back.
Right. I read some articles about that. How you were excited to get back home and be near family and things like that, so that that they'd be around. And then that's about COVID time, wasn't it? And
Yes,
so
sir.
everything gets turned
Everything
upside down, and boom, Waldorf is graced and gets super lucky to bring Jordan up here to Waldorf University. How was the recruiting? How did you make the jump from Houston and then COVID, where there's some time off, and then boom, here you are in Forest City? How'd that work?
So I got to U of H. I think that was that 2020? Yeah, that was 2020. I got there in the spring semester, and I was there for spring ball, and we probably had a couple practices, and I got up to the second string for the slot receiver position. And we had a dude named Marquise Stevenson. He's in the NFL now and plays for the Buffalo Bills. He starts. I wasn't going to get first string. Sure. So he had it.
Yep.
But we did probably 3 practices, and then COVID happened. And we had about 4, I don't know how long of a time period everything was shut down.
Yep.
And then I just didn't go back to football. So I was working and I was going to school. And my dad actually contacted my old high school coaches. And he said, hey, this dude needs football.
Yep.
And they called Coach Finley, and I was sitting playing the game one night, and I got an Iowa phone number calling me, and it called me like 3 or 4 times. I was like, who is this? And I picked it up, and
Iowa.
I was like, hello, and he was like, hey, Coach. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he told me, everything that was going on, and it was a no-brainer. I mean, I made the decision to go play football again in 5 minutes.
Wow.
I was like, yes, yes. I don't care where it's at. It's time for me to go flourish. I don't want to regret it later. I had to go play.
Well, and I remember last year during spring ball, or I'm sorry, fall camp, and Jordan's here, and of course I spent a lot of time on the sidelines doing, I don't know, standing there, talking to the kickers. But that's kind of one of those, you're watching some of the
judging student coaches. That guy
exactly
looks like a dad.
Looks like a deuce. He's never gonna, I don't think he's going to forgive me.
Lives
either.
on.
Yeah, the last episode we gave Coach Deuce a new name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember watching some of the reps, and Alexander was number 3 for us. He was the starter the year before. I mean, he shared some time with the O'Hara kid, and it's like, gosh, who's going to get the job? And of course, the kickers watch everything, and they're like, "See that dude over there at the dreads? That's our quarterback."
They just picked it out.
Oh, boom, nailed it.
Yeah.
And then you start watching, like, God, that guy's got an arm and he can move. Huh. I wonder where he came from.
Yeah. Well, now we know.
Here we are,
Texas.
I'm so glad to be here, guys. I couldn't be happier.
Well, good. We're beyond thrilled to have you. Mm-hmm. So, Jon-Jon, what was your recruiting experience like? I know that Coach Paramore was salivating when he would even think about having you come from snow out here to, snow. I mean, let's be honest. Just wait.
All right. No, I guess just being at snow, I didn't have nobody. I didn't have nobody reaching out. And then my last season over there, it finished, and like I was just stubborn because I was like thinking I had that D1 or bust mentality.
Yep.
So all these schools will follow me, and like it's just not, I was just trying to look for a university out there in Utah just so I could stay close to home.
Yep.
And then I think like 2 months before our report day, like I was looking at my Twitter, like all these coaches like from different schools, and then I hit up Coach Finley, and I was like, I think I just wrote him a message. I said I was looking for a home, and so I did that. And then he's like telling me, and then Coach P hit me up, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna come out there, and so they just made it happen. So,
see, Coach Paramore, did he say I've got a special place for you in this program that we're building? I mean, that was coming in. He's got a different offense. He's got a different plan, and I'm excited to see it in full swing. And obviously, you're a part of that. Was that part of the discussion that you had with him? Did he say, like, look at you and look at your stuff, and he goes, okay, well, I know how I can use this guy?
Yeah, well, I think the first time I talked to him, he was like, how are you not recruited yet? I was like, dang, I don't even know, man. That's a good question, but he said some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think I took it in. I said I'll come.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, did he ask you? I mean, obviously you're experiencing the Paramore revolution. Is it? I mean, I don't know.
It's definitely a revolution.
Yeah.
It's a revolution.
It's exotic.
It started from day one.
Really?
As soon as he got here, he's been the same consistent person every single day.
People are excited about it. So everybody we talk to on the offense and even on the defense side of the ball, they're just like, there's some things going on over there. DQ was like, there's some things happening over there. So,
yes, sir. We got some stuff in the pot cooking.
Which is awesome.
Yes,
yeah. Sir. Well, that's when things like that happen. Is there any discussions with you as the QB, and you're thinking, what am I looking at? What do we have? Who do we have coming in? Do any of those discussions happen with coaches with you
about us just talking about recruiting?
Say who might be coming in and how that might be.
Yeah. Whenever Coach P first got here and we went through the spring and we got in the summer and everybody dispersed and went home.
Right.
We were on the phone probably at least once, twice a week.
Okay.
And he was always updating me about, what he was doing. If, he came to Dallas and he went into a couple high schools, he told me, hey, we got a receiver here, got a lineman here.
Right.
But I think he didn't blow me up as much as when he was talking about Mr. Snow over here.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably called me like 3 times in one day.
Jon-Jon.
And was like, dude, you need to go follow him on Twitter and start talking to him right now. Yep. And of course I did. and he called me. He called me 4 times the next day. 4 times the next day, and he said the same thing each time I picked up the phone. Did you text him yet? 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 Yeah, coach, I hit him up already.
Yeah.
We've been talking, man.
Right.
You know, but you know, he's always on top of his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really
absolutely.
you know, that's really what stuck out to me. You know, whenever he likes a player, he's gonna get you. You know, because he puts time into building a relationship. You know,
I feel like your nickname. Well, that's a nickname combined with your other story. You know, Jon-Jon Snow Badger is probably the best name for like a Western action hero that I could think of. I was just, I mean, that's a great name.
oh yeah,
It is.
You know, okay.
So I think maybe when you call him from the box.
Jon-Jon Snow Badger.
Yep. Another touchdown for
That's right.
Jon-Jon
Touchdown
Snow
warrior.
Badger.
that sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Jon-Jon Snow Badger.
Until his family comes out to the game like,
Yeah.
I thought we named him Ceoni.
Yes. Well, that's a pretty cool name, though. They'd probably be like, they'll be on with that.
I think so.
All right, we
They
try
like
to
it.
invent new things here. We'll try it out. See
Everybody's
if
gonna be
people
cheering
like
it on.
Yeah. What'll happen is people think that I'll be saying words that, you know, people are texting me, and this is what'll happen. And then,
Oh, yeah.
he's just
Like
saying it.
Your
You know,
brother-in-law.
Jon-Jon Snow Badger. That's probably something his brother-in-law put him up to. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, all the time. Well, you know, when we had Coach Paramore on the show, we had a conversation about you, but it wasn't just about X's and O's. It was actually a pretty good conversation about the NAIA and the business of being a football player in the NAIA and how the schedule for players work. At the end of, as he would say, at the end of the day, he said that a lot. in that episode.
704 times.
Oh man, we could have a T-shirt made for that. But he said you might think that I can't do his accent, but he's like, you might think that I talk to Jordan Cooper like all day long, and we're
At
all
the end of the day, when I'm talking
Yeah.
to Jordan Cooper, I can't even do it.
he's not seeing you. If you have a class, because that's what you're here for. You get your degree,
Yes, sir.
like you said, junior on the field, senior in the classroom. Classroom is how we get our education. That's why we're all here. And
That's how you can play football. You got to have your education.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's, so like, and that was, he used you as a reference. Like, you'd think that the OC would be,
Right.
with the, and you guys are,
Yes, sir.
but you've got the obligation is to the classroom, get the work done. Also, if you can't do the work, you can't play. So
Exactly.
everybody wants to stay eligible.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Anyway, I remember that conversation. It seemed like it was an insight. It's not that way in the maybe the NCAA Division I and II.
There's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
time for meetings in that division versus, the NAI.
Right.
Today I went to the field house at, I think, 2:30, and we met for probably like 45 minutes before our actual meeting started at 3:15. And that's probably about normal. We'll get an extra hour of meeting time, just me and him.
Yep.
And then we'll have the regular hour where everybody is in there together. But the whole team meeting in the building at once, they all get about an hour because they have classes from dawn till we are in the field house.
Yeah.
So
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
And there's some kids during practice, they got to coach, open up the locker room for me. I got a 6:00 class.
oh yeah.
So you got to
yeah.
haul them over, and they got to literally run up to
Yes, sir.
campus to take their class at 6:30, 7:00, and it's a 3-hour class. And
Oh,
That's
it's
right.
horrible.
But you're right, though. There is what you said before about I gotta play ball. I don't want to look back on this as a regret, and that is, that's right, because you only get this one time in your life to be this age, to do this thing, to go to this school or any school, and to participate in this game.
Yes, sir.
And if that goes away, two old guys sitting around talking football and life, it is fleeting, and so I'm happy that you recognize that and
Yes, sir.
and that you're here. But God, yeah, you gotta. So if you gotta run from one end of campus to the other to make an evening class or study tables or whatever you got to do, that is a problem that you're only gonna have for this one window in your life. And then
Exactly.
additional problems will replace it after these problems go away.
Exactly.
But
More problems
what a-
come.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ain't that right?
You'll look back on these days like, man, I wish I could just go to class.
All I had to do was get up, put
Yeah.
on my slides, and go to class.
Yep.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
not lying. You're
Yeah,
not lying.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So, Jon-Jon, in your spare time, what do you like to do?
I'm a sleeper.
Oh, you nap.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now, there's a
I'm
hobby.
a real sleeper.
That's a hobby I can get
I
behind.
mean, there's a hobby you just don't hear enough of.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm in a league, and me and four guys.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'm in a sleeping league. Yeah, a napping league. Pretty good. Pretty good.
But
What
if
is
it's
up
not
this year?
if it's not napping, if it's not sleeping, I think I like to bowl.
You like bowling?
Bowling.
Hey, we got the Super Bowl
I'm a nice bowler.
just outside of town. The
Really?
Super Bowl it's where it's at too. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice in there.
yeah, absolutely. And the team. I'm trying to think of what time of year we usually do that. If that's
I have no idea.
after the season, you
I feel
know.
like you bowl after the season's over, but
Yeah, I
because
think
you don't want to risk injury. I
no.
mean, with
Absolutely not.
bowling.
Well, actually, no, it's in the spring sometime because I remember
Yeah.
Coach Paramore was
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
you know, for the first time because I went out and because Coach Finley called me and said, hey, why don't you stop out? We got a bunch of guys out here bowling.
That's right.
And I went out and Coach Paramore was there, and I'm trying to think if Ani was there yet. I can't remember.
I don't know.
If he was, he just got here
yeah.
because Awning was here for the Tundra tourney, so that was in February. Oh, yeah.
No, Jake Reeder was here.
Oh, who's that?
He was the former offensive line coach.
Mhm, that's
See?
right. Yeah.
They come and they go. Tumble and Tumbleweeds, episode
That's right.
14.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So bowling, are you an avid bowler? I mean, you got
Got your own ball, do you?
Nah,
You're not a
Oh.
real bowler then.
Okay.
nah. I walked up in the bowling ring one time and I was just striking out. I was like, hey, I kind of like this.
You're good at it.
Yeah, so I started going. You know.
Did they have the bumpers up then, or?
Ooh, no.
Well, no, they're just it's like, hey, I'm killing it. People are like, yeah, you're on the kids' lane, buddy. Oh, I prefer the bumpers up myself.
That's the only way I can score. Otherwise, yeah, I'm terrible. They're
Yeah.
heavy. They're like 16 pounds.
When I went to Waldorf, you could take a class in bowling, and I did.
Yeah. You matter of fact, I have that on my schedule this semester.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir.
That's
Nice.
what I'm talking about.
yes.
See,
sir.
John, you can take bowling for a class. Get credit for it.
Get that.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I took racquetball with Edgar Baxton.
Oh, with Baxton,
yeah, and
Ed Neil Boyd for bowling. Shocking.
yeah, Edgar Baxton. He was. What did he coach?
Volleyball.
Yeah, that's right. Extremely intense individual. Edgar. It was one of those that if you'd serve the ball and it faulted, and you happened to grab the ball, Edgar didn't care. He's going to hit the ball even if it's in your hand. Oh my God. Yeah, because the rule was back, and this is, let's say 4 decades ago, but at the same time, Edgar was one of those, if you beat me, you get an A, and you'd never have to come back. Well, there's no beating Edgar.
Right.
I mean, he was a competitor in everything that he did, and he was a wonderful man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tell you what, that guy, he was intense. Intense.
You gotta love those classes, the bowling classes and the golf. I took golf there too. You can do all that stuff, and I mean, and then there's other classes that you have to leave.
So, John, have you thought about a major yet?
I learned
here
how
at
to
Waldorf?
score.
I think I'm in sports management right now.
Oh, nice. Nice. And so you have 2 years of eligibility.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh man. So the two of you are going to team up for the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Ooh,
There.
holy smokes. So what about your major?
Sports management as well.
Oh yeah. So you guys are going to see each other a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The football field, the classroom, all that other stuff.
Yeah. Help each other out.
Well, I told my counselor today. She was like, I went for like a schedule change,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "So what do you want?" I was like, "Is there like is there any easy majors out there?" And she just made my schedule. I said, "Oh, let's do that."
Done.
Yeah, there you go. Is there, what do we have that's? Look, I'm not trying to be a doctor here today. You know, like, yeah, look, I got a degree in history. And we figured, well, there you go. I mean, it's already done.
Well, that sounds like a real degree because we've talked about mine.
I know, but
Recreation and park
I
management.
mean,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Heard
I
that. Yeah.
had to take a course called
Yeah.
outdoor recreation, and they made me take a week unit. Well, they tried to make me take a week of canoeing.
Really?
And I said, dude, I will go back and find my merit badge.
You're right.
Canoeing, I'm not going to take this class this week.
Yeah.
And my professor's like, yeah, we'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Dr.
Canoeing.
Ferguson.
The what? This is exactly why people think that college is not a real thing. The folks that didn't go to college are like, wait, you took a class in canoeing, and I'm out there
Noah's outdoor recreation.
slogging away.
I mean, I think we had to do hiking too.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'd have to look at the syllabus. I'm sure I threw that away probably the day that the class started. Like, this is dumb.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you can learn how to think, then you've done what you're supposed to do with a liberal arts degree. And I feel like that is something that is super valuable. And
That's true.
Regardless of how you get there, what you end up with on your diploma, the thought process of a young person in developing those skills, like that's what liberal arts is all about. That's what it's supposed to. How do you know what you know? Critical thinking.
Right.
It's not, it shouldn't be that people are telling you what to think, but you should be able to think for yourself. And there's a process to that, and it's a skill. So if you leave Waldorf with the great memories of playing ball and having maybe a championship ring on your finger, and also having the ability to think clearly and express that, then there you go. That's and even if the other thing doesn't happen, that's still a win for life if you can walk away with
You play your cards right, you could host a podcast.
Yeah.
There's
Listen,
that.
listen, this is a wide open industry. They'll let anybody do this.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
All right. How about you, Coop? What do you do when you're not doing football in school?
yeah.
I'm boring. Real boring.
I mean, could you be more boring than sleeping?
Sleeping's a great activity though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll literally sit in a room with a dark TV. I'll just have the TV there and just put a speaker on and just sit on the couch and just sit there, and I'll watch film. And that's about it. Literally if I have any free time, I'm on Huddle.
All of
Or
our
YouTube,
all of our enemies, they're all listening, and they're like, "Ugh, quarterback, all he does is watch film all the. Come on, what
Yeah, it's
kind
kind
of
of boring. Isn't it?
dedication and crazy? We can't compete with that. Let's just quit.
We'll forfeit the game.
Yeah, they ain't coming. Ferris State's like, we're out. Ain't got time to do that.
It's true. Well, it's their homecoming game. They kind of have to play.
They just don't come out though.
Absolutely.
Just do
Can't
the
wait
dance.
for that one.
Have the bonfire and call it a day.
Exactly. Yeah. Rub some butter on those
That's
burns.
right.
You'll be just fine.
Yeah. Hey, when we have our homecoming here, you know this already, but they build a giant pallet pyre. They have a huge stack of wood pallets, and they set it on fire. And then what do you guys dance around? And I don't know what you guys do.
I have no idea. I wasn't there in attendance for that.
Oh, really?
No, sir.
But they burned it because the next day is the game, and then there's this huge black
Yeah.
ashy spot
Mm-hmm.
out in the tailgate, near the tailgate area.
Yeah, something to talk about at least. I mean,
What happened here?
and who do we have?
Satellite crashed right here.
And so who do we have? Homecoming this year? Is that presentation? Is that who we have for homecoming this year?
Well, let's have a looky.
Yeah, we'll just go right down. Yeah, no.
So anyway,
Good.
what is our homecoming? Valley City.
Great
that
homecoming.
takes me to my question for Jon-Jon. So you've been here a week, and you've obviously had a chance to get to know your teammates and the new guys, the returners, and all that stuff. Is there teams on the schedule that the guys are talking about to have you excited?
No, not really.
You haven't heard.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Yeah. Well,
And that's good.
not presentation, I'll tell you that.
Hey, they almost won a game last year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not them.
Maybe Iowa Wesleyan, the powerhouse of the North Star.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I get the chance, I'm going to go after
The
it.
air raid,
Right after.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah, what was that, 1980?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Mike Leach was like 20. I mean, he was a
That's
student
senior day.
assistant. Yeah.
Yeah. Dakota State and Dickinson are usually the favorites that people like to reference as people that they loathe.
Well, and that's good. I'm glad because, right now, Jon-Jon, we've got him concentrating on football, learning that offense and fitting in to do amazing things. And I got to be honest, from a fan's point of view, from somebody that gets to touch the program every now and then, I haven't felt excitement like this for a football team and a season in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too.
Oh, I got the chills right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
So
Wow.
who's on your target list, Coop?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, every single one.
Yeah.
You know, each week is a season, a whole season. Each week is separate. We don't look forward to next week or don't look backwards to what we did last week. You know, it's Monday. Okay, we got Dakota State on Saturday. That's all we worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're on the target list.
63-30.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Just
There you go.
There,
One game at a time.
Yeah.
Hopefully not 30 though. Our defense is kind of nice.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I meant. Yeah. If it's 30, it's putting up 30
60 to
points
0.
on us. There we go. Shut them out.
0. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so what we're hoping, and Troy and I have talked about this on this podcast before, we're hoping that, Iowa Wesleyan, Valley City, Dickinson, Mayville, Presentation, Dakota, we said Dakota, didn't we?
Yeah.
The heck with them.
Mm-hmm. We played it twice,
Yeah, and so we're hoping all these schools are tuning into this.
Oh, yeah.
And especially Iowa Wesleyan. I want them to come in mad because we're going to, seriously, we're going to beat them like a seal pup.
Yes, sir. I mean, you better believe it.
Those poor Methodists.
Believe it.
Come on.
Is it Methodist, the
Yeah.
Wesleyans?
Yeah, Wesley.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Wesley, John Wesley.
John and Charles
Yeah.
Wesley, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
If you ever look in the begin, so like if you ever happen to be in a Methodist church, we have one in Forest City, and they have the little hymnal like all churches do. In the beginning, the Wesley brothers were very well. The reason it's called Methodist, they had a way of doing everything, and so there's a whole 10, 12 rules of how you shall sing. I mean, this is written back in the 1700s, and it's hilarious. I find it funny every time when I'm supposed to probably be paying attention to what's going on,
And you're reading the
I'm
hymnal.
reading, giggling at John.
Please tell me that one of them says the best ways to spread Christian cheer is to sing out loud for all to hear.
like the elf.
Yeah, like
Yes,
elf.
no.
Yeah.
They say you should sing with gusto, but not too much gusto. And it's like all stuff like that. And it's like you should sing, but not be heard above your peers. And it's like, okay.
That's great.
Oh, it's very confusing. Yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah, so what are you guys
You did a
hidden
good
talent? John, what's your hidden talent besides bowling and
that's
sleeping?
what they're bringing, Wesleyan.
Obviously we know you can play football. We know you're a bowler. What's the one thing that somebody would say, he can do that?
Mm-hmm.
These are riveting questions.
I mean, bowling, that threw me for a loop. I mean, I'll tell you.
I don't look like I could bowl.
No, I believe
No,
you can
yeah.
bowl.
Bowl it.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
don't think you're going to have to gain about 75 pounds.
Now we have a bowling team on Waldorf.
We do.
Waldorf, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And also the high school's got a bowling team. They're actually pretty good.
They're
all
very
pretty
good.
Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So there's a lot of action out there, and that is a nice. It is a nice alley.
Mm-hmm.
What do we call that?
What do we call it? Obviously, if my golf score were my bowling score and vice versa, I would just be crushing it in both sports. I'll tell you that.
True. True. So do you got something, Jon-Jon, your hidden talent?
It's not hitting me right now.
All right. Can you whistle or something? I mean, can you be like, I'm a really strong whistler.
No, like ukulele. You don't play any instruments. You don't just sing.
Nope.
None of that stuff. All right, we'll work on that.
Singer.
Yeah, you keep thinking about that. Coop, what's your hidden talent, man?
Cool.
I can cook.
John.
Like, well, okay, so what can you cook?
I mean, just about anything you put on my plate, I can figure it out. It's just for me. I think it's the seasoning
There you go.
that makes it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to put just the right amount of everything on there to make it right, but not too much.
Now you sound
you-
like John Wesley.
And you also got to make sure that whenever you're cooking whatever it is, that you're not just turning the temperature up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let it
It's all
cook.
about it's all about low temperature. It doesn't matter really what it is, as long as you cook it slow, it's going.
So do you have a specialty dish?
No, sir.
No. If you would have
Anything
said
you want.
macaroni and cheese and hot
Yeah.
dogs, I would have said, all right, hey, thanks
Hey.
for joining us this week on the.
That's good. Well,
Ramen noodle packs.
I think that cooking is a great skill to have.
Yes,
and
sir. You
look,
gotta have it.
You'll use it
Yeah.
your entire life.
Yes, sir. I have my own apartment actually out here, so it's kind of a necessity for me to cook
Sure.
because I don't
Yeah.
have a meal plan through the
Yeah.
the campus. So
Yeah. You got to cook.
yes, sir.
So that's
Best
where you
way.
know how to
Yeah.
make ramen if you're going to have something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Love
So
it.
one of the things we did at our last episode, we talked about favorite movies or
Yeah, we
movie
did.
genres.
Mm.
And Coach Deuce was all over the place. Coach Morrell was a little more.
He
pointed.
liked the scary movies.
Yeah, he's like the horror
Like
movies.
that.
Yeah. Do you guys have favorite movies that you like to watch?
Yeah. What's your brand?
Dang, mine is probably The Parent Trap.
Really? Like the original
Wow.
Parent Trap
No.
or the one with Lindsay Lohan?
Is that with the twins?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's one chick, but she plays two
Yeah.
chicks.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That's hard, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
movie.
man, that's my childhood movie.
Oh, there we go.
That's my childhood
Well, I mean, it was our childhood movie too, just different twins. Same actress, different actress.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, different actress, and it was actually a kind of a childhood movie for us because our children were watching it. So, because
Oh, well, it's Lindsay
you guys,
Lohan.
yeah, and
That one,
because
yeah.
you guys are about the age of our kids, which I didn't think we were that old, but yeah, that's
Oh, a
it's
little
kinda one
younger,
of those things.
a little
It-
younger,
It's
actually.
it's
Young,
snuck
young.
up on us a little bit.
Yeah. All right,
So,
comes-
Coop, what's your go-to
Ooh,
if you're gonna
speedy.
go?
I'm a big like Adam Sandler guy,
Okay.
and my favorite movie is Just Go With It with Jennifer Aniston because I love Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Love
Who
Jennifer
doesn't?
Aniston, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you can't.
she's my age.
Wait, that's the lady on Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. One
Best
of
show
them,
ever.
Exactly, homely.
Mhm.
Just,
Yeah.
just go with it though.
Just Go With It. I
Interesting.
love. I could.
Okay.
I could watch that show. I could watch that movie on repeat all day.
Is there an old movie that that you watch? And old movie is subjective. I know that. We talked last night about like The Godfather and stuff
Right.
like that. That's a very old
That's
movie.
really old.
Is there like an old classic that maybe that the family would watch?
Oh.
Like
Right off top of the head, Friday.
Friday, like Friday. The
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right off top of the head.
Yeah.
Like my dad was old, but he watched
Nobody
like
in there for 30 or 45 minutes.
he'd watch like the Van Damme, the
Oh yeah,
Steven
Jean-Claude
Seagal
stuff.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bone
yeah.
Crackers.
yeah, those action
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I like those old action movies too. Sometimes they're fun to go back to. The original Predator, the old.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's like,
Alien,
yeah.
Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, no, that even before that, just Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then
Oh, yeah.
there was what was the one where
Jesse the Body Ventura.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that
like
guy, he was-
shaving with a knife. Which is,
Oh, yeah.
I get that idea.
I don't know. It's dumb.
Yeah, Commando with Alyssa Milano when she was like a little girl, and that he's got to go rescue her. I think about that all the time. I don't know why I think about Commando all the time. I'm just like, if I was recently on a plane and I was like, in Commando, I'd have to snap the guy's neck to me, and then have to sneak out the wheels, the wheel of the jet as it's taken off, so I can then set my clock. Boom, I got 12.
So you can get
hours.
away with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have y'all watched Friday Night Lights?
Oh, who
yeah.
has it? The series or the movie?
Series or both?
Yeah, both.
Whichever one.
Both.
I love them.
Oh yeah, that's that'll get you every
So
time.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's football movies like they do you have what's your
Football movie?
yeah?
Ooh.
You like Adam Sandler? I gotta imagine the Waterboy's in there. somewhere.
Wow, my
Water
God.
Boy, yep, yep.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That's more comedy though. I was thinking more like almost like motivational, like with Denzel. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
what I-
Great
Mhm.
soundtrack, also. By the
Oh
way.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
was going to say that.
We Are Marshall.
Yeah.
Oh,
we are
that's
Marshall.
that's great.
Man, there's a lot of great football
Oh, I
movies
love
out
them.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody says
Yeah.
Rudy, but if you
No.
ask like the people that actually know Rudy, and I don't, so I still like the movie Rudy, but they're kind of like, he was annoying. Rudiger.
So, Jon-Jon, tell us a little bit about your family back home.
I got 10 siblings.
There we go.
10 is all.
Wow.
I got 5 brothers and 5 sisters.
Wow.
So, where are you in the mix?
Third youngest.
You're third youngest.
Dang.
How old's the oldest sibling?
32? 33?
Okay.
All right, and the youngest?
She's gonna be in 7th grade.
Okay.
That's a big family. So,
Yeah.
like, get-togethers are got to be just insane.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yeah. So, is
A lot of food.
as I say,
yeah.
is food integral? I mean, that's like, so one of the things that you don't know, I mean, he's
You
got
don't become a professional napper if you're not, food isn't integral.
right, but
Yeah.
Ceoni Molisi, of course, that's a good Norwegian name.
Yeah.
And actually, we talked about this before. Pacific Islander, as far as your family, your heritage is from Tonga.
Yeah.
And so is that very common in the culture to have large families?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know other people, they got like 14, 13 siblings.
Hey.
Yeah.
So what? Like everybody
know
has
why,
to.
but-
Everybody has to be like a doctor to be.
Well,
able to
I know
afford the
why.
Food.
I mean, yeah.
My
That stuff
gosh.
doesn't just happen. You gotta work at that. That's a big family.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Like my dad was one of 10, but
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
but at the same time, that was because it's like they farmed,
Yeah.
and so you have to make your farm hands. Now you have to wait a little while, and they
Operation
Wait
is
a little while.
growing.
they lost one.
Yeah.
I mean, so they were supposed to be 11, but they ended up with 10.
Okay.
So that was, I mean, that's one of those things, but very interesting that you have that large. So when you go home and you have, whether it's Thanksgiving or just a big family get together, generally, what do you guys like to eat?
Just Polynesian food.
Well, and I
What's
don't,
Polynesian?
yeah,
food?
It's like
Just say it. Does it involve spam?
no. See, that's the Hawaiian. That's
Oh, that's
definitely
Oh, that's
Hawaiian
different.
food.
Yeah, it's
Polynesian.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah.
Are they like
That's
the?
good, too.
Are they the weird cousins? The Hawaiians, the Tongans are like, oh, Hawaiian.
No.
Yeah, those folks out east.
That's right, boy. Yeah. All right. I didn't know.
I don't know the English name for it, but
You can say it in Tongan.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Is it Tongan? Is that the language?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's horse. We got horse.
You got eat horse,
yeah.
right? Which is very common outside of the United States. We had a young lady from Chile live with us for a year, and she brought me dried horse meat.
Yeah. Why not?
Didn't eat it.
Yeah.
It looked gross.
Well, hey,
So-
but maybe it's
Yeah, we
the,
got
I've heard it's good.
like the
Yeah,
seasoning and how long you cook it. That's what it's all
Yeah.
We got
about.
horse.
Everybody
pig.
knows that.
And what else? Like
You have to
corned
cook a whole pig for your whole family.
No
I mean-
kidding. I'm sure the grocery bill is insane.
So, like during a family get together, how many? Obviously, your siblings, and how many else? You probably have a large extended family.
beef. Yeah. We invite the whole relatives, like from our blood family to our relatives, our mom and dad side.
Like, how many people we talking here? Do you have to like rent a hall?
No, it's just in our houses, outside, inside. Yeah,
Really?
Just a little.
So, how many people we talking here? Come on, Jon-Jon. If you had to guess,
Probably like a nice 30, 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, that's a
little-
nice get
Nice
together.
little
Oh, yeah.
congregation
That's
is what
cool.
you got there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real nice.
That's real good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so one of the things I always do, we had in Tyler was his last name. He's an offensive lineman, big dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his first name.
All right, anyway.
I'm sorry. So he had 14 siblings, and so
Yeah, that's right.
whenever anybody has over 8, you have to name your siblings.
Oh yeah. See if you can,
Can you
do that.
can you
know
tell us
all your siblings?
the names of your
names?
brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
If you say Jon, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, Snow Badger.
Yeah, Snow Badger.
So the oldest, you want me to go from the oldest
Yeah.
to the youngest?
However
it.
you want to do it.
Yeah, it's up to you, man. This is your show.
Are they going to come out and watch you play? Sorry, I stepped.
Yeah. Yeah, one of these games.
I can't wait.
There's the oldest, his name is Xiaoxi. So Xiaoxi. The other one's Makalesi. And then we have Kalama. And then there's another girl named Stephanie. Liti, Wina, me, Leki, Mele, and Inaise.
Wow.
Okay, and the only thing that stood out to me is that you have Tongan names.
Yeah, and Stephanie.
or at least
Mhm.
yeah, and Stephanie.
yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of like, hey, let's throw in an Americanized name or
What happened?
Oh, well, we all it's all English though. It's just
Yeah.
Italian though. Like
Yeah.
my name, Jon-Jon. My name is John. Shone is John in English.
Really?
Oh.
And we learned something again.
There you go.
That's
You know,
how
I
it
love this
Wow.
podcast.
That's why it is.
Yeah,
Well,
That's crazy.
you're welcome, America.
Dang.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Ceoni is John.
Yep.
So I have an Uncle Ceoni. Couple of them. Well, one
A
of them.
couple of them.
Yeah. So I'm going to
You
start
call
calling-
everybody Ceoni.
He's my godfather, and I'm gonna hey, Uncle Ceoni,
That's
how's it going?
great.
And he'll be like, he'll just
Yeah.
He'd probably hit me. Yeah, I think I'm calling him names or something.
Just like the old days, just hitting you around.
Good old
You're like,
German.
I
Yeah.
wish I had it.
Coop, what do you got for a family back in New Caney?
Yeah, we're a family of 5.
Okay.
2 brothers, both my mom and dad. My mom, she works at the airport, George Bush Intercontinental Airport. She ships freight out of there. My dad's a high school coach at Dayton High School. My youngest brother, Jakari, he just turned 18 actually, and he's a junior at in high school. And my middle brother, he's the middle big brother because he's like 6'4", like 260.
Wow.
And he just graduated, and he's actually going to UTSA down in Texas.
Nice.
He's playing tight end there.
Oh, sure.
And then you got me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So your family get-togethers, what are they like? Are they mayhem? I mean, you probably don't have 40 people show up. But
I was gonna say there's not 40 people there. It's probably just about 10, but it's mayhem. Like there's 40 people there.
Yeah.
You know, there's always havoc within family.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
so-
great, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. But
what makes family?
What's the best holiday for family?
For me, Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the only holiday that I see.
Is that
Thanksgiving?
Is that yours too,
Say,
Jon-Jon?
say Pioneer Day. I was just like, look, for us, it's Pioneer
It's not
Day.
Thanksgiving, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. That's second. That's second.
Well, what's nice about those two things this year for Waldorf is they're starting. This is the first year that they do. You started really early because you're going to be done first semester,
Right.
Really early. Like so, you're like, hey, it's Thanksgiving. Pop and smoke. I'm going to go see my family. I'll see you after the new year.
Mm-hmm.
A whole 5 weeks of break.
Can I tell you what I hope happens?
I was gonna say, yeah. Hopefully, we don't go home.
I'm hoping that
We'll be
these
in the
guys
playoffs.
are here in Forest City.
Well,
Around
obviously, and if that's the case, then we fill the gym. We cook a bunch of turkeys,
Oh yeah.
you know, and a horse, and something new.
Put a horse on the spit.
Something new. People are like, "What is this? This is delicious." I'm like, "Well, you remember old Paint? He is,
That's him.
He had a good life. He had a good life.
yeah."
Yeah, that's funny.
That's great. Well, yeah, for sure. That'd be the goal.
That is the goal.
Yeah. But for everybody else on campus, they're going to go home and
Deuces.
spend that time.
Oh, deuce. There it is again.
Yeah,
Coach Deuce.
it's a long time to be on break.
It is.
It is.
But it'll be good. You can get home and, after the playoffs, and again, that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, for this team this year. I think you guys, I don't remember where I saw it, but there was a graphic out there about the goals.
Mm-hmm.
Win every game at home, and coach pushes that, as you guys have heard.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think of some of the other. Obviously,
1-0 every week.
1-0 every
I
week.
forgot the third one. There was a third one, but I forgot it.
Yeah, I'd have to look at my phone and go through the Waldorf football because they had a little graphic and there was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, I mean, it's a big deal because it's not something that's like, crazy. Like, we're going to win the national championship this year. We can.
Yeah.
Nothing says we can't.
Right.
But the realities are, it's like one of those things. We have measurable, attainable goals for this team, and
Yes, sir.
I want to talk a little bit more football. Tell me some of the things, and we'll start with Jon-Jon. Some of the things that you like about this offense, and how they're using you. Is there anything that you see? You had said earlier that it's very similar to what you've been doing. It's just hand him the ball and run. It's more complex than that. But some of the things with this new offense, and it's new to you, but it's also new to us because this is first year with the new OC. Is there things that you're seeing out there that you really like?
Yeah. Well, Coach P, even when Coach P was talking to me before I got here, he was telling me how, I guess it's just with the amount of players on the defense in the box.
Mm-hmm.
He said he just wants me like running through like five-man boxes. He said so that's something new with me, cause like coming from high school, like I was running a triple option.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, where it's just
Everything's condensed.
everybody's in there.
Yeah.
Everybody's in that box, and so
Well, and that's where your speed, and especially with the with the triple option for
yeah.
your speed to
Perimeter.
hit that corner,
Yes, sir.
and you can generate a lot of speed
Yeah.
before you make that turn up field.
yeah. And then when that snow it was kind of like this, but it wasn't. It was spread over there too, but not like what Coach P's doing. Like he's just trying to get the least amount of guys inside that box for me to run through, and
Yeah.
I like that, especially with the slot stuff. A lot of people were like telling me like, oh, you should play running back and slot, like get you an open field, and then I was like, not really about that, and then
Right.
I came out here and I like it. It's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that a good coach, they can look at what they got, You know, they have their base offense, you know, the things, the ideas of this is what we want to try to do, and we can find people to plug into these spots. But then you're going to get these exceptional athletes like you two and bringing in and saying, okay, let's craft some plays and some little wrinkles off of what's going to build on your strength, rather than just like, you know, no, we are running through the B gap this time. And, you know, Coop, you're going to turn around, you're going to hand the ball to Jon-Jon, and he's going to hit the B gap hard. Now that might happen, but at the same time, you know, that rigor and that structure, sometimes some offensive guys, that's all they're going to ever stick with.
Yeah.
How much decision making do you get? I mean, obviously if you have to scramble in that situation, it is what it is, you know, survival of the fittest. But how much
decision making before and during and after.
Yeah, for you.
So whenever the play is called in from the sideline, every single play is going to have two options. Well, not two options from passing and running the ball. I can hand it to Jon-Jon, or I can look out and cancel the run, and we can throw it. With the throwing, you know, that's very complex. You know, it depends what the formation is. We can take advantage of what's over here. We can go over here. We can run screens all the way down the field. We have the guys who are going to make yak, is what they call it, yards after catch.
Yep.
We have speed out there now. And, you know, what makes the offense so good is, you know, having running backs who can get out and get on a linebacker and have a mismatch. And then you can put Ceoni on a wheel route, and you got a dude who runs a 5 flat versus a guy who runs 4-4 who's going to win. You know,
Absolutely.
So it's basically just putting people in situations that are uncomfortable. You know, we want to find the matchups. We want the slots and the linebackers. We want to put our dude on your worst corner. So how are we going to get that matchup?
Right.
You know, so that's really what
Speed and rhythm.
Speed does a great job of that.
You know,
really good
Does a
job.
great job of that.
how much do you have a goal as far as, like, we're going to get through this series? We want to run, or not necessarily run, but I mean, we want to get, you know, out of the huddle, just like you're controlling the clock. That's a huge part of game management.
Yes, sir.
And so, like, is what is happening there? Is that something that has changed with this new offense, or?
So the approach that I take, I just try to clear my head after every single play.
Yeah, you got it. Right.
I don't try to, you know, plan stuff out, because usually when I used to do that, and when I plan stuff, I'd always be stuck
Right.
on one choice of the
Right.
field,
There you go. Sure,
you
I
know?
see what you're saying.
So I always leave an open mind to the whole field. So whenever coach will call a play in, I'll be like, okay, so what do I have right in front of me right now at this moment? You know, I'm just gonna worry about this right here instead of the next play. Oh, well, hey, we can do that. We can do it. No. Okay, the corner's off by 10 yards over here. Just throw a hitch over here.
And then, do you prefer under center or out for
Shotgun.
all the time?
Shotgun.
That's
I
your
love
preference?
shotgun. I was under center at the Naval Academy,
Yeah.
you know, and
You guys were
You're
triple
right
option
there.
over right?
yeah, that's that triple option up there.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got
sir.
You got that beef staring down. You can smell their sweat.
Oh yeah,
You know, this
you're
is,
in the trenches with them.
yep.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Ceoni, what are some of your strengths as a running back? What are some of the things that you think that you do very, very well that set you apart from, you know, some other talent that's out there?
I think after breaking second level, like I think I'm pretty good with open space. I feel like I could just I could finish runs like that.
And is it your speed that's going to win a lot of the battles for you, or is it your moves, or do you have the ability to change direction basically on a dime, or how does
Both.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
Hard to tackle. That's a good one.
well, I'm like 5'9", so yeah, it would be hard. It would be hard for that too. But it's probably just my quickness.
Yeah.
I think speed is all right and everything, but I think that 1-2 step I have is
There you go.
I use that a lot.
Nice.
We don't want to give away too much, but
No, absolutely not. But
yeah.
you know, it's one of those things that watching his film the other day when I was putting a few notes together, and it was fun to watch. You know, it's fun to watch anybody's film because, you know, especially like you go into their huddle profile and you see some of their highlights and stuff like that. And obviously they're not going to play, well, I took an 8-yard loss on this play.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not going to see that.
Yeah.
So you're going to see some of those big plays. And you know, with Ceoni, I saw some of that second level acceleration where it's, and again, you know, like he said, he's 5'0". He's not, he's, you know, but again, he's not a 6'2", you know, 260-pound running back that's just he's wanting you to come after him. But it was just like, man, he'd squirt through that second level, and it was just like the secondary would be like, and boom, gone.
Yeah, well,
right down the middle of the field.
Huge value to that because you don't have to get the ball every time. You can surprise them, you know, 3-4 times, and then all of a sudden now they're trying to key in on you, and then they're not paying attention to the other guys. Which is, I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole idea. So
lull them to sleep.
It's going to be great. It's going to be really exciting to watch, and really, I mean, can't wait. I mean, I've been waiting for the offense to just get a little bit stronger.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is the year. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. If you go back and listen to Coach Finley, they had a podcast. The husband and wife team came in here, and Callie made the statement that, you know, what are you excited about? And she said, I just got a feeling about this year. And she said, the last time I had a feeling, Will was at Benedictine, and they played in the national championship game. You know, so, and again, there's no reason that can't be us. But again, we have to, you know, we're going to go over to the Cliff here in another week after this airs. And yeah, I mean, we're going to go over there for a night game. First time out of the chute to see this offense get real.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So,
and we're going to do our part on the Gridiron Club and the folks in the community. I think that you saw it, you know, playing here last year, that you know that they turn out for the games.
Oh,
and they turn out to support the players. Hopefully you saw not just during the season, but have a feeling for that as well throughout.
Yes, sir.
And then you'll see that. I don't know what it was like at Snow, but here, when you're at Waldorf for however long, that is what you're ours now, and so we want to have all of your family come out, and we want them to see that. But every Saturday, you've got the whole rest of your family right there in the stands and out in the tailgate area, and all that stuff. So look forward to it. We'll be there, and can't wait.
Yeah, and Ceoni, one of the things that sets Waldorf apart in you know, talking to former players, current players, returning players, you know, Coop could probably attest to this as well, as that, you know, you're not just part of the Waldorf football family. You know, you're part of, obviously you're part of the Waldorf football family, but it's greater than that. You know, Troy and I are just a small piece of an ancillary offshoot of Waldorf football, but it's like you're part of our family, and you'll always have a place there. And then you're going to be part of this community. They're going to embrace you. It's going to be one of those, as you're walking through a store and you'll have your Waldorf football gear on, they might say, hey, you had a great game. You know, you rushed for, 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was fantastic. Good job. And you're going to be blown away, because people in this town really do care about, yeah, we want to win, but we care about you as players. We want to see nothing but success for these kids. And Troy said it many, many times. He alluded to it, that you're ours now. You're our kids, and we want to make sure that you're successful, not just on the field, but in the classroom, and ultimately when you walk across that stage in life. That's where our success is going to be measured.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't. This was a great episode, guys. Ceoni Molisi and Jordan Cooper. Quarterback, running back. This is going to be a deadly combination. And the best part is someday, and it might be episode 446, and we're going to go. We actually had the Snow Badger sitting next to us.
Yeah, Jon-Jon Snow Badger,
and they're like, "What? Ceoni Molisi?" Like, yeah, he came to Waldorf, and he's like, I know, like, that's, everybody knows that name. So at some point, yeah, and Jordan Cooper will be one of those, like, oh, really? Did he was the first NAI player to win the Heisman? Wouldn't that be so cool?
That would be amazing. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got that in your system there.
Oh, yeah.
Just something to aim for.
No pressure. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Everybody gets those. All right. So, and again, guys, thanks for stopping out here at the bunker deep beneath Bullstorf Field, and just spending some time getting to know you guys. And it was fun, and you guys did a great job. So we're gonna wrap it up. And for Troy Thompson, this is Andy Buffington, and thank you for joining the Waldorf Gridiron Podcast. And as we say every week, Troy, go Warriors. You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club today by sending a check to the Waldorf Gridiron Club, P.O. Box 125, Forest City, Iowa 50436.
Or message us by visiting and like our Facebook page, Waldorf Gridiron Club, or email us at waldorfgridironclub@gmail.com.
Or it's as easy as clicking on the Support the Show link on your phone. Become a patron of the Gridiron Club by choosing to support the program monthly. $100 is the black membership at $9 a month.
The $250 level is purple at $25 a month.
$500 is the Warrior membership at $45 a month.
The all-conference level is $750 or $65 a month.
$1,000 is the All-American membership at $85 a month.
The champion level is $125 a month, and that's $1,500 a year.
$2,500 is the Hall of Fame membership.
The Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast is hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson. Produced by Sunnyside Farmstead Studios in beautiful rural Forest City, Iowa. The music is by Christian Leo. The Waldorf Gridiron Club is a non-profit 501c3 organization dedicated to football student athletes of Waldorf University. Our mission is to assist the program in maintaining the best small college football experience in America.